Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Ultra Life podcast. I am so excited to be with you guys here today. It is Monday. I've had an amazing day. It's one of my favorite days of the week. So let's dive in. If this is your first time here or you've been listening for a while, even, this podcast is to help all of y'all get in the best shape of your life, especially for my 30-plus-year-olds that have full AF lives, right? And I know when you guys get in the best shape of your life, that then you can go after those big dreams and goals that I know you have on your heart and head. And I know is so possible for you. I want everyone to live their best life, to really, that's why I call it the Ultra Life podcast. It's not to live a good life or an average life or an okay life, like things are good. No, I want you all to be living your ultra life, the most amazing, beautiful life that you can live. P.S. That doesn't just mean that it's just fucking rainbows and daisies, right? An ultra life is like you're going through the challenges and you're navigating them and you're still crossing the finish line, right? After each quote unquote race, just like I would do it in an ultra, right? I don't just do one and then like hang up my cleats, my shoes. And I'm like, all right, well, I did that. Now I'll just go back to like sitting down or doing nothing. It's like, no, then you learn from it and you set that next goal and you keep going and you keep going. And yeah, there's going to be shit that happens and gets thrown at you along the way, but it's all for your growth. It's all for you, right? So an ultra life is this beautiful life where you go after your big dreams and goals. And yeah, we're going to put in the work and there's going to be challenges just as much as you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so fucking blessed and love my life, right? Okay. So if you haven't heard the intro lately or haven't been around me for that long, that is the Ultra Life podcast, what we're about here. Okay, so today I have this topic of what to do when you feel like shit. Um, and this came to me because, I mean, quite honestly, one, there are many days that I also still feel like shit. Whether that's, I really want to like quantify this too and like put out what do I mean by like quote unquote feel like shit. That doesn't just mean, well, like you maybe, I don't know, are tired, right? That might be one way you feel like shit, but it could be like you're stressed out. It could be like you're having a really emotional day, like something is happening in your life and you're fucking sad and down, right? Like it could quite literally be you didn't get sleep because your kids or baby got up, right? Like whatever it is. And we're going to go into these different tips and tools to help you get through the feel like shit days because quite honestly, we are all going to have them, right? There's going to be the rule of thirds, right? There's going to be a third of the days where you're just like, oh man, I feel fucking amazing. Like, I feel great. I have energy. I'm feeling good today. And then there's going to be a third of the days where you're kind of like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to make it through. I'm going to survive this day. It's okay. And then there's the other third where we feel like shit. And quite honestly, we would prefer not to do anything most likely. But I'm guessing if you guys are all here, you're these amazing, incredible, responsible adults that have these beautiful full lives. So we still have to get shit done, right? So here's what we can do when you feel like shit, when it's that third of the days, right? We have to have tools to be able to navigate and keep going towards our goals. So let's dive in. Okay. I've got 8 different things. So stay tuned to the end here because you don't want to miss the last one. And I want you to hear all of these because maybe you resonate with 2 of these and you're like, perfect, got them, put them in my toolbox. Maybe there's just one of these that's like, damn, like I didn't know that one. Let me take that one. Maybe it's all 8. I don't know. But you want to hear all of them so that you can take what you need, what will help and serve you, or the tool that's been missing that could help you in the future. Okay. All right. Number 1, this is really the first one I want to give you is asking yourself, why do you feel like shit? It's bringing awareness versus just that autopilot, like routine. All right, it's Monday at 8 a.m. Well, here I go. Like it's just like a habit and a pattern and a trigger, like for you to feel like shit on Monday at 8 a.m. or whatever that is for you, Wednesdays at 5 p.m., right? So start with asking yourself, like, I know, right? We all have these beautiful full lives. We're working, trying to work out, we got kids, have your side business, you have a partner, right? You maybe have a parent you got to take care of, whatever it is, right? Like we have these beautiful full lives. So we need to I just like pause for a second, right? For a few minutes to just ask yourself, why do you feel like shit? Okay. Is it because you didn't eat enough today and you're like quite literally like low energy? Is it because you didn't get good sleep last night? And like take it the step further. It's like, well, I didn't sleep good last night. Okay, well, why didn't you sleep good last night? Was it because your kid was up? Was it because you went to bed late watching TV? Was it because you and your partner got in an argument? Like, what is the thing? Like, go all the way, right? Is it because you're sad? Is it because you're depressed? Is it because you have had a long day? You've got a lot of stress. You've got a lot of projects on your plate right now. A lot of balls in the air, right? Are you worried about something? Like whatever it is. First, gain the actual awareness of what is going on. Why do you feel like shit? Okay. It may be multiple of these. Okay. But let's first identify why the heck do you feel like shit? Any and all the ways. Okay. Now, number two, solve for that problem. And I want to offer two things here is within solving the problem is one, how can you solve for the problem like big picture, long term? And I'll go into some examples of that. And two, how could you solve for the problem like mini right now, today, whatever day that is that you're actually feeling like shit, right? And I'm going to give you some tools for that. But let's just give an example here. So if the actual problem, so if you're like, well, I'm stressed, that's actually why I feel like shit is I'm really stressed out right now. I've got a lot on my plate. And you've dug deeper and you said, well, what's a lot on my plate? And you said, well, I'm working, you know, 60, 80-hour weeks and I'm pregnant or my partner has a baby on the way. So I'm really stressed out because I'm working a ton and I also want to be like a present parent. Okay, great. Now let's start to solve for that. So what do you need to do to work 50 hours a week? Do you need to have a conversation with your boss? Do you need to ask for a raise? And do you need to set better boundaries? Because it's not actually your boss putting the work on you, but it's you saying yes to everything, right? Is it you need to have a conversation with yourself? If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, and you're just like, I've got to work more to get more money, or I've got to work more to get the results you want, and be like, check in. But how could you do the things you want to do and work a 40 or 50-hour work week? Right? So start to solve for the real problem. Or if you're like stressed out or you're sad because of your relationship or you're down about that, and that's sucking your actual energy and why you feel like shit that day or overall, how are you going to solve for that? So that big picture you're solving for, that might not be something you just accomplish in the day, right? Probably not going to solve all your relationship problems or your business or your work problems in a day. But don't just skip over this and just think, well, if I can get through another day. No. What's the big picture plan that you need to solve for so you can quite literally reduce the stress or take it off 50%, right? Or more. Okay. And now, how do you solve for that in the moment, right? So if it's like let's go to the work example, right? You're working that long. How do you solve for that in the moment? Is like put on your calendar that day, like call it quits at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or whatever it is. Like cut work early that day and just say, you know what? Turn off your notifications, like power off your phone, whatever you need to do to like cut off that day. Even if you end up still working the 10, 12-hour day, but then you cut off your phone after that, right? No more emails, no more nothing. You, for this day, are going to protect it and you're going to let go of all the work stuff for this day in this moment. You're solving for that right then and there, right? So That's number two. So number one was gain awareness. Ask yourself, why do you feel like shit? Two, solve for that problem, big picture, and then in the moment, short term. All right. Number three is find better comfort or feel good options for these days you feel like shit. So a lot of times people will, reach for the ice cream to feel better and comfort themselves on the feel like shit days, or skip the workout to comfort themselves because they feel so tired and exhausted and whatever. Or because they're stressed, right? They'll skip the workout because that just like so or eating McDonald's or whatever your junk food, comfort food is of choice, right? So generally a lot of people are reaching for the comfort foods to feel better when they feel like shit. And what I want to offer you is how could you find better ways? What are some new tools to literally feel better on the feel like shit days that are healthier for you than those other ice cream, junk food, skipping your workout options? So that could look like quite literally a tool there might be calling a friend, like venting it out, sharing like, oh my God, I'm so frustrated or I'm so sad and I just need somebody to talk to. Okay. Could be journaling, doing that same thing in your journal. If you don't feel like you have that safe space or they're not available on that day and you need it right now, could be listening to a podcast, like a inspirational podcast that doesn't have you spiraling out and feeling worse, but has you feeling like, "Ah, I can do this. You know what? There's somebody out there doing this. I could do this too." Could be going for a walk, could be taking a bath, could be eating healthier comfort food. Like, okay, maybe you would still want, the fried chicken, but like you maybe make it homemade and it's just a little bit better. Or you get the fried chicken out, but then you have it with the salad, right? Or it's, I don't know, less calorie ice cream or something. But find better ways to comfort yourself in general, whether with that's food or if that's like a walk instead of the heavy workout. Find better ways, healthier options to comfort yourself to feel better. Okay. All right. Number four, asking yourself on these days, just what could you do? Instead of just totally writing it off and being like, oh, God, I feel like shit. Like, there's no way, right? Our thought reel that starts to go, the story starts to be like, like, I'll just do it tomorrow. Like, I feel like shit. Like, I don't have to do this. I don't deserve to have to do this. Like, I shouldn't, whatever, right? Like, whatever that thought reel that comes up. What if instead you were just like, what could I do? I feel like shit. And what could I do today? So, maybe like if you had that 60-minute, workout in, or you were going to go to the gym or you were going to take the class and you're just like, "Ugh, I just don't even want to see anybody. I'm exhausted." Okay, what could you do? Could you go for a walk? Could you go for a walk around your neighborhood? Could you stop at the park on the way home or the trail and just walk for 20 minutes? Could you do 10 push ups in your home? Could you do some stretching and some mobility stuff? Could you, um, what did I have here? Yeah. So just like it could be time, it could be the modality, just simply asking yourself, like, what could I do here? Right? Even when you feel like shit, most likely there's something. There is something you do. I absolutely, this, like, I totally use this where I'm like, there are many days I do not feel like doing my full workout, right? So I'm like, well, what could I do? Okay. Like the other day, this past weekend when we had the boys and it just wasn't in the cards feasible for me to like do my full long run, or I could have probably squeezed it in, but it would have put off supper and all these other things. So I was like, I could do a 6 to 7 mile run and do my long run tomorrow. That's what I could do instead of just being like, well, I'll just do my long run tomorrow. I was like, no, I'll just swap them. I'll just swap the days. Like, no bigs, no bigs, right? So, what could you do? All right, next. I don't even know where I'm at now. Five is shift your focus. So, I think a lot of the times when we like, are going to do our workouts or to eat healthy, is we are like if I do this workout and if I eat healthy, this equals weight loss or this equals, PR. Like we have like these are like these things we have to do for our end goal. And I want to offer, how could you shift your focus on these feel like shit days where, one, if you do something, guess what? That still adds up to give you the small wins and consistency towards your end goal. So freaking win if you do something other than nothing. And to shift your focus overall on how could you use healthy eating or some kind of movement essentially as a tool versus like, I have to do this workout to get the results that I want. It's like, no, what if you were just going to use the walk, the quote unquote workout, to feel better, to feel less shitty? that that you don't have to have such this, really like narrow focus of like working out and eating healthy is for this body and for to fit in my clothes and to lose weight and like this, that's all they are for. That's their only purpose. And I was like, hold on a second. Shift your focus. How could you use healthy eating as a tool in your toolbox to quite literally, that's how you comfort yourself and feel better on a shitty day, is by giving your body a healthy supper or by giving your body the walk or the hike, using, we call it a movement toolbox in coaching, where it's like you have all these different tools, movement tools to use depending on the day. It's not just to freaking like this workout equals losing weight. No, 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 no. It's like a walk is for when, or on the days I feel like shit. Sometimes I might use, like me personally, I'll use the stairs or spin class when I'm like down or when I'm angry. Like I will go do a freaking like hour-long hit workout and just like change my emotions and my attitude. That's a tool in my toolbox. That has nothing to do with me getting in the best shape of my life, with me, I'm not trying to lose weight right now, or generally, but like I'm not trying to, it's not a lose weight tactic. It's not a gain muscle tactic. It's not a hit a new PR tactic. No, it's for my mental, emotional health to not feel so shitty. So, how can you reframe your focus on the workouts and the healthy choices you're making? Like, it's not, a tit for a tat for your goal. It's literally like how you can just feel better, right? Okay, I think this is number 6 is this one had to like stand alone. It could quite literally be like a tool to like for this next point I'm going to make, but it's just so good. And I use it with my clients all the time. I use it for myself all the time. It is the thought to use this thought when you feel like shit and you don't want to go do your workout or make the healthy choice. But usually this is like really great one for your workouts is I will feel better after. We all know this to be true, right? Somebody tell me when you've done a workout, a walk, a something or another, like unless you got injured or something on it, but overall, if we move our bodies, if we even walk, if we do a workout, I would say that 99% of the time, we could all say we feel better after. No matter how we felt when we started, right? You could feel like absolute dog shit and go for a walk, a hike, a workout, and come out of that thing being like, man, I feel good or I feel so much better, right? So I want you to just simply take that thought. Man, that one could take you so far. Listen, I know we all have those long days. We all get stressed. We all get frustrated. We feel down. We feel sad. We feel worried. We feel anxious, right? We feel like shit. And you will feel better when you do the workout anyway. Okay. So just have that thought in your back pocket. You can pull out anytime. So, regardless of how you feel in the moment or in that day, because we know we're going to have a third of those days are going to come up in real life, that you just pull out that tool and you're like, all right, you know what? This is one of those 1/3 days in this bucket where I just feel like shit, just a fact of life, right? So I'm going to pull out one of these tools. I know I'm going to feel better after I do this workout. Even if I feel like shit right now, So I'm going to go do it. Right? So use that. I will feel better after. However many times you need to say it to yourself, right? Okay, number 7 is use band-aids. Okay, I think y'all are gonna love this one. So this is like where we get really tangible, right? So, AKA, we can feel like shit and still do the things, right? The best performers and people that are getting the best results in the world know this. And I'm got the last one coming, so just hang tight. Okay, don't everybody get like too excited that like I'm not saying that 100% you always do the workout and make the healthy choice. No, that's not human. Okay, we are real humans. So this is to use some band-aids when like, yes, you feel like shit, but it is not the like, I am exhausted beyond, I can't even, I like your literal nervous system like needs to lay down and sleep and rest or relax, or it's going to make it worse. I'm not talking about that here. I'm talking about when it's like, listen, it's been a 10, 12, 16-hour day of work, right? Got up at 5 or 6 a.m. with the kids and got them ready for school. You went to work, had a long work day, and now it's 6 p.m. and it's time to go do your workout. And you've been at it. Oh, and guess what? You're trying to figure out how to renovate the house. And then you're also trying to prepare. You really want to do this race, but you're not sure, or you're working on your business goals, right? So there's all this other noise still going on that's on your shoulders, right? And so I want to offer these are some band aids for those kind of feel like shit days where you can use a band-aid to like get through the workout or make it through to the next day, right? Without hurting yourself, without going deeper into the hole. This is to keep you steady and keep you going, okay? So this can be literal things like having some freaking caffeine, y'all. It's nothing wrong. You have to figure out what a right amount is for you. I will literally have like, I know this like drives Patrick crazy. Is like I will like open say an energy drink and like have, I don't know, a fourth of it or something. I just drink a little bit because I don't need a full can. I just need a little bit to be able to get through the end of the day, get to my workout, right? Or I'll have a like half a cup of coffee or something. Get a little caffeine in you, a little matcha, right? Turn on some music. Like music is sound is so powerful for us. So how could you turn on your like lit playlist after this when you're feeling like shit? Or maybe it's not the lit one, but it's like you just want to, feel sad and listen to the sad playlist while you run. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What kind of music can you like channel that will help you get moving and going towards your goals? Calling a friend, like while you're quite literally working out or before you work out, like taking a pause and time to do that while you're on a walk, right? You could be on the phone with your friend while you're walking. Take a class. If you are just like too wiped, too exhausted, and this is maybe even your MO, like on a day to day basis, like find a class that you can go to where you don't have to think anymore, right? I know people love coming to my classes for this, or just in general, I've heard it from clients, and I know it to be true for myself too. Sometimes, like going to a group run, it's like, I don't want to figure something out. I just want somebody to tell me what to do. Great. Go to a class. Okay. That could be an option. That's a little band-aid for that day. Get a healthy takeout meal. Y'all, like one of my favorites is I will go to Whole Foods and get like the hot bar there, where it's like almost always there's some kind of a lean protein and veggie. I don't care if it's still in olive oil, it's okay. But like I can get a healthy meal for like $10. I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean because I'm tired. And okay, $10, right? Once in a while, if you need to just pull that card and freaking whatever that is for you, get the healthy takeout meal or carry out meal. I find that like, if I get Thai that has veggies, lean protein, and rice, that's like 2 to 3 meals for me. It's so much food. So it kind of justifies, to me at least, like the cost breakdown for that. So what's that for you? What's that healthy takeout meal that you could get so you don't have to cook and clean that night, right? Even if it's thinking of this actually even at home meals, like I will always have like bags of frozen veggies in the freezer. So like frozen broccoli, for example, steamable bags. They're like $1 at Aldi's. Sometimes I will just toss that puppy in and put it with whatever protein I've got essentially. And like that's my meal. Now, is it the most like gourmet meal? No, absolutely not. But you know what? It freaking does its job. It's a band-aid for when I don't feel like cooking and I don't feel like cleaning and it's been a long day, but I still want to eat healthy. Right? So what are some of those band-aid at home options you could even have? Okay, it's a freaking lean cuisine that's packed with protein. Fine. You're not going to die. If you have a, you know, frozen meal sometimes, or like a protein shake from a container, or a smoothie for like supper. Okay, use the band-aid. Um, okay, and then just some other band-aids. It's like, quite honestly, just like remember your why, right? Like for that day, the day you feel like shit, when you're just like, go, go, do this. What's your why? Why are you doing that? Put that, be like, all right, feel like shit, and here's my why. Put that band-aid on. I'm gonna say this too, is like band-aid of like lowering expectations for that day. I think too many times we think we have to do the workout exactly as we plan. And if we don't do it with the intensity and get the sweat on that is needed, quote unquote, then it's just not worth it. And I can't do it. And I'm late. And then we start to go down this, no, like just stop. Just lower your expectations for that day. The fact that you got a workout in and are doing the work, if you haven't listened to that podcast or heard me say that, like that's winning. Because guess what? Then you'll keep doing it more and more. So just put a band aid on, like lower expectations for that day. Okay. There are no police around here that are going to be like, checking in and be like, did you do your workout for 60 minutes and exactly as you planned at the exact intensity? You did it. There's nobody around to say that, right? It's okay to give yourself grace, right? We're humans. Okay. And the final band-aid is kind of the opposite of some of these things. It's just like you can dig deep too, y'all, right? Find your Rocky reserves or your like David Goggins like energy for that day where you're like, you know what? I feel like shit and I'm going to just do it anyway. I'm going to feel the feels. I'm going to feel like shit and I'm going to do it anyway. Like find that Rocky reserves in you and just do it, right? So lots of different options for wherever feel like shit day you've got. Okay. All right. Final one. This is the final tip when you feel like shit, what to do. And this one might have everybody like sighing and dropping their shoulders a little bit. So listen, if all of these things are still not for you and it's just one of those days, just rest. Quite literally, that is the very last tip and tool is to rest and relax. Again, there are no police around here to be like, you didn't get your workout in today? Shame on you. Now you're never going to lose weight and you're never going to get in the best shape of your life. Like, how dare you not do it and not be disciplined? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, listen, your girl and athletes, top Olympic athletes, many athletes that I know, we are not just over here grinding and showing up for every single workout, no matter what is going on in life, no matter how we feel that, like, there are factors to consider for you making your healthy choices on that day-to-day basis or overall. And some days you got to freaking pull the card and just say, yo, it has been a heavy day or a heavy week, y'all. I need to fucking relax. I actually need to go to bed and not do the workout at 7 p.m. and not get home till 8, 8:30 and then, make supper and clean up, blah, right? Like maybe myself, my hand is raised right here. I've absolutely called it and been like, you know what? I need to rest. I need to not do anything. I need to relax tonight and not just go, 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 which is normally what I do. And normally I can, and it feels energizing. But if you notice and you feel like straight up, you just need a rest, relax day, y'all, it is a-okay to take that. And I'm telling you, that is how someone like myself or top level producers, they do not just run at 100 miles per hour 24/7. That is called burnout and a not satisfying or happy life, right? Those are the people or the athletes that get injuries, that blow up, and then they can't do the day-to-day things that they want to do because they push too hard. And now they've actually got themselves sick, like quite literally cancer, heart disease, stroke, right? If you are pushing yourself to that edge and not allowing for some rest and relaxation, that will go the opposite way. So it's okay to listen to your body and to where you're at that day when you're feeling like shit. If you just need to call an audible and be like, you know what I need? I just need to relax. I need to do nothing tonight. Not even a walk. Not even a walk, sister. Like, it's okay. You can do that, right? Now, if you're doing that every day of the week, then we've got that's a different problem, right? That is not you needing an actual rest relax day. That is like, okay, we need to figure out what the heck is going on, and that is what coaching is for. So you actually get consistent in your workouts, right? But if you truly need that rest relax day, I really want to open that door to like honor that. And so many of my clients, when they have learned this, like it's okay to actually rest and have a down day, they start to learn like when we do that, we bounce back even better the next day or after the weekend. You could actually bounce back and do 10 times better in that next workout or feel stronger or lift more because you actually gave your body what it needed, which was some rest and relaxation versus just like push, 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 because that doesn't just affect you physically, but it affects your hormones, cortisol. If that's like riding high, you ain't going to drop any weight. I'll tell you that right now. Right. So it's not worth it. So listen to your body. Final tip is allow for some rest and relaxation if you're not doing that already. Okay, you guys, this is fun. This is good. I hope these are helpful. Please let me know. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm at Samantha's Real Life. Let me know what you thought, if any of these were helpful, which ones were the most helpful, if you use them, if you start to use them, hit me up. I totally want to hear about it. And if you have your own, like DM me, let me know. It's like, do you want to add one to this? Like, what's your tip for like getting through shitty days? I want to hear it. So thank you guys so much for being here. I cannot wait for another episode. We've got some great interviews coming up again soon. So I hope you all have an amazing day and I will see you again soon. Bye.